Walking Dead, being played by Pietro Fabiani. I mean, carbon copy of Sam's deck list here. A little bit of a splash for Abrupt Decay now. I'm not sure if Sam has incorporated that or not from Grand Prix Denver, but this deck has Gravecrawlers, Tidehollow Scullers, abuses Goblin Bombardment. But on the right-hand side, Robert Berni, a player from Austin, Texas. Patrick Sullivan.
Patrick Sullivan, mono red, Lightning Rift, a Flame Rift, Lava Spikes, Sulfuric Vortex, Fire Blast, Price of Progress. Pretty much all burn spells and only Grim Lavamancer and Goblin Guide as your creatures.
All right, very, very similar to Patrick with all his burn spells. Nothing that can be wastelanded. He's got a ton of basics, and he's got a bunch of fetch lands to activate Searing Blaze. And we are going to see Faithless Looting here from Pietro. If you have never seen the Walking Dead deck before, it's a deck that uses its graveyard not as well as Dredge, but it tries to, with Gravecrawler, Bloodghast, Lingering Souls. If you discard that to Faithless Looting, you're getting a ton of card advantage there. It does have Cabal Therapy, and they can really start these, kind of interesting chains with Carrion Feeder, Goblin Bombardment, bringing back those Gravecrawlers and Bloodghast and just start going upstairs or make Feeder large. Really good cards in combination with Cabal Therapy. So it's a very synergistic deck. All the cards are fair on the surface, but once the ball gets rolling, it is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, if you like playing Dredge but prefer to win on turn 8, it's definitely the deck for you.
And still has some of the same issues with the hate cards. That's true. That's true. But hey, he probably doesn't have to mulligan to 3 very often.
That's true. I actually watched this matchup get played out in round 2 in one of the side tables, and the Walking Dead actually pulled it out, but I think Price of Progress is pretty good against him, and you could see by searching out the swamp, he's well aware of that. And let's see, his hand is just 2 more lands, so
that's not good.
Yeah. Again, Pietro doesn't have really that much threat in play, and he also can't really gain life with this deck, I believe. So Robert can actually. So it looks like, is he going to flashback? Oh, is that a Bloodghast? Okay. No. So Robert can kill the Tidehollow Skull and get back his Magma Jet if he wants. Looks like if he doesn't draw anything else, looks like that's what's going to happen probably.
And he does have Lavamancer that can take care of the Tidehollow Sculler, get back the Jet. Gravecrawler is in play there for Pietro. Taking a look at his graveyard, he does have a Faithless Looting over there. You also see a Lingering Souls there as well. A copy of Deathrite Shaman in the bin to go along with those lands, and a Thoughtseize.
Yeah, the problem for Robert right here is he doesn't have a recurring source of damage, really. Lavamancer's okay, but you really want something like Goblin Guide or Sulfuric Vortex, so that you're live to some of your top decks, like a Flame Rift or a Lightning Blast, or Fire Blast rather. So it's going to be a struggle for him, but a couple of top decks and he's right back in it. Because Pietro's giving him all the time in the world. Yeah,
the thing about this Walking Dead deck is it doesn't really put on a very fast clock, and you're going to see a Lingering Souls get cast here, which is obviously a very good Magic card, but 2 1/1s in a combination with a couple of Grizzly Bears that are on the table, that's nothing really all that impressive. Doesn't get the game over with very quickly like a large Tarmogoyf would. So he is getting some time to draw himself out of this, and again, a card like Price of Progress can speed things up for Robert quite a bit. He's going to have to run into one of those high impact cards, a string of them, honestly.
Yeah, well the thing is, Robert's probably taken 2 from the Bloodghast, but he can kill the Tidehollow Sculler with the Lavamancer, then Magma Jet Pietro dropping him to 11, and Scry, which is huge here.
As we do see Pietro getting some Spirit Tokens into play here from our table spotter. Those are on the screen there for you guys.
Yeah, 11 is a lot more manageable, especially when you have a Lavamancer in play, because there are plenty of 4 damage spells in Robert's deck. So one good Scry here, and he's right back in it.
As we do see the Tidehollow Sculler going to get taken care of by the Grim Lavamancer. Gravecrawler hitting Robert for 2, going to put him down to 14. Going to move down to 13 because of the fetch land.
Yeah, and again, even a flashback Lingering Souls, it's still going to give Robert 2 more turns to find what he needs. Oh. And all he really needs is a Price, a Flame Rift, Fire Blast, some combination of those 2 cards, and that along with the Lavamancer should be enough to do it.
So now we are going to see Magma Jet start the show. We're going to see a Scry 2 here. Going to knock Pietro down to 11. We need some help. Arid Mace is not going to do it. Don't know what the other card is,
though. It looks like maybe a Flame Rift. Lightning Rift.
Oh, bottoms up.
So, can't see what's in there. Hopefully not land.
Rift Bolt put on suspend.
So Rift Bolt, yeah. And, you know, Robert only has 20 land in his deck, so should be drawing live.
So we see Pietro on tap here. Gravecrawler, 2 Lingering Spirit Tokens at the ready. And we can't stop attacking now. Got to get Robert dead.
And, you know, even if we just have a flashback Lingering Souls or casting Lingering Souls, Robert still should have 2 more turns.
Yep.
And well,
okay,
that's going to change things.
Goblin Bombardment's definitely going to have a huge effect on things now, as you're going to see Lingering Souls take out Grim Lavamancer, and it's time to go upstairs with that.
Yeah, he needed 1 more activation with the Lavamancer to have a 4-point burn spell be a top deck for the win. So drops in the 9, Rift Bolt to bring him to 6. So he's going to need 2 draw steps here.
We are going to see Lingering Souls get flashback here. 2 more spirits are going to come into play. Robert at 9, facing an attack of 2, 3, 4, 5 from 4. So he does get 1 turn.
Yeah, he's dead next turn if he doesn't draw. I'm not sure if there's anything he can draw at this point.
I mean, it depends on if there is a burn spell in his hand. He draws a card. I see a Wooded Foothills. If he was dead, I think you would kill him right away. 6 life for Pietro. 6 life, 3 cards. A little surprising that he can't do the last 3. Everything in this deck does 3 damage. Maybe he drew, you know, Goblin Guy or something that he can't get through.
I know he has a land in his hand, I think.
There's definitely a Wooded Foothills there.
At least 1 land, so don't think he has enough for 6 there, unless it's a Goblin Guide. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Pietro draws a land.
All Pietro really has to do is attack here, and then cast the Lingering Souls that he has in his... I'm sorry, flashback the Lingering Souls.
He comes across for 5. Gonna have to Lightning Bolt a Gravecrawler. That's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, I still think it's enough to kill him. That drops him to 8, and now the attack drops him to 6. If he has a land, he can bring back the Bloodghast and then flashback Lingering Souls, and then he'll have 6 creatures to sack the bombardment, which he does have the land. But he doesn't. He doesn't.
It's a Gravecrawler, not a Bloodghast.
Oh, it's a Gravecrawler.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but the Lingering
Souls with flashback was enough anyway.
So Pietro Fabiani, with the Walking Dead over Robert Berni, who was not able to cobble together enough burn spells to deal enough damage, moves on to 3-0 as well. Burn, Patrick Sullivan, sorry. Need to break the news to you, but you just can't deal with those zombies, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was Pietro did top deck a bombardment.
Yeah.
So without that card, Robert probably has a chance. But and I'm sorry I keep calling him Roberto. It's just Pietro Fabiani is running, and it's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
Sure.